Okay. According to the coordinates, the end of the rainbow and pot of gold should be right in. Ah, sweet. A pot of booze. Nice. Let's see what they got. Bud Light. I don't know about that. Neft vodka. They're pretty cool. I like this. And some good old wine. Can't go wrong with that. But wait, you would think that the pot of gold will have bourbon and other stuff. Let's read this. Fine print. The end of the rainbow ends at the tech bar. The tech bar? I guess we'll have to go check it out. We do love our bourbon. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for is finally here. The Tech Bar, featuring Super Cousin Danny and featuring Powerhouse Ray, is back for a St. Patrick's Day special. This week, we brought Tony Francisco of CloudPlus and Aaron Bolton of Aaron Bolton Leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, grab your drinks and let's get right into the show.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We are here on our first ever The Tech Bar. That's what we're calling it, right, Sean? The Tech Bar?
Yes, the Tech Bar. Yes, you are right, Ray.
I don't think I will ever hear that theme song and just like not try to like sing along and dance along. I love the shit out of that theme song. Welcome everybody to the St. Patrick's Day special Tech Bar. This is one of the ones I look forward to every year. And actually, I'm wearing my Tech Bar drinking team shirt, and I'm joined by, as always, by my super cousin Danny. How you doing, bro?
Yes, sir. I'm doing great. I kind of enjoy the video as well, man. The video, I always chuckle every time I see it.
Don't worry, dude. Once we get a couple episodes with enough shenanigans, you will be a key player in that thing, and we'll have the vintage version and the new version, and we'll go along in the multiverse. So you are wearing green, right? That is the
yeah.
It looks a little brown on screen, but I know for a fact it's a green shirt.
Yeah, it's actually our taco shirt that we got. So it kind of makes sense that I'm gonna wear a taco shirt on St. Patrick's Day. But hey, it's the green I got. Been moving the stuff around the house.
I'm pretty sure leprechauns love tacos. I will ask Simon in a little bit, but I'm pretty sure they love it. Yeah, and as always, we're joined by our OIT family. I see you guys out there. I see Steve and Dave Coles, Slava Fruman, Connor, what's up, brother? And we have a series of awesome guests as always. So, but first, I think Simon says I'm supposed to say we need some help. So, was that the lead-in? I'm sorry, I'm still getting up the agenda. I'm catching up from Chicago.
So for the ones that don't know, Ray just got back from Chicago. So he's a trooper for that, celebrating St. Patrick's with us in the Tech Bar. We typically have a small pitch. And I need some help for this, so I'm calling up Super Mario because Juan, which is the amazing graphic designer behind all our Tech Bar graphics, all our conference merch, and everything that we do in terms of graphics, him and I have launched a new store, an e-commerce store. We have a new project that we launched. So Ray gave us a chance to kind of just speak about it here.
Yes, sir.
So Juan, you want to go ahead and
Absolutely. So Me and Simon partnered together in our spare time to start an e-commerce store. The brand will be Primate E-commerce, but this is the first of many stores. So we are launching Sympathy Laughs today. Sympathy Laughs. If you like the stuff we do on the Tech Bar store, if you like the brand of humor we bring to the Tech Bar with the Photoshops, you're gonna love Sympathy Laughs. It's all dad joke merch. It's shirts, cups, hats, hoodies, you name it. It's all there for the retro dad joke fanatics. That's what we got for you guys.
Yeah, and if you do visit the site right now, we have free shipping. And if you use code JustLaugh, you'll receive 15% off your first order. Again, this is a project that Juan and I launched, and we're very excited for it. And thank you guys for giving us the time to kind of talk about it. And without further ado, uh, what we came for is actually the drinking, and it's our St. Patrick's Day. So, uh,
I believe I'm
Oh,
a tad young, so
yeah.
I'll go
Yeah.
ahead and take my leave. Thank you,
Yeah, do
everybody.
that.
Uh,
Do
All
that.
right, so, yeah, but we are giving out shirts, and actually, I'm going to take one up because I'm so proud of Simon and Juan. The Tech Bar, we're going to give away 10 shirts. OIT is going to pay for it. So we're going to give away 10 shirts. I don't know how the hell they're going to qualify it, but
gonna make me cry.
impress them. And yeah, namaste. But yeah, we want to see everybody out there wearing their swag. So proud of you guys.
Thank you guys. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
guys. All right, so best
Good job,
comments
guys.
gets 10 shirts. Now time for drinking. We do have a special episode planned for you guys. And without further ado, the show's not about us, it's about our guest. And Ray, you were in Chicago with someone very special, some Florida person.
So, I couldn't take my favorite leprechaun, and Chicago's all about that St. Patty's Day, right? But if I couldn't take my favorite leprechaun, I was going to take my favorite leprechaun's father. So, we have your dad here. We have a leprechaun family reunion once again. Mr. the one and only Tony Francisco.
What's up, brothers? Oh man! So the technical difficulties coming in here, just so everyone knows, camera wasn't working. The backdrop wasn't working. The green screen, so I went to blue screen, and then I went to some brown natural screen. The camera was too zoomed in. I don't know. I'm just letting you know the Russians have hacked me. I just want you guys to know that.
It couldn't possibly be us. It was definitely the Russians attacking us.
100%.
Had nothing to do with flying back from Chicago today. Nothing to do with that.
Well, Tony was the smart guy. Tony went back yesterday, right?
Oh.
Like,
Did you hear about the story? Did you hear about all that?
no. There's always a story. Tell us what's the story.
Okay, so let me take off the leprechaun hat for a moment. One of the rare times you're actually going to see me put a hat on. My flight's at 6:50 p.m. out of Midway. I get to the airport at about 2:15. I got plenty of time. I'm exhausted. The Uber driver said I was snoring in the car on the way over there. I mean, I passed out within minutes. I get there. I said, oh, great. I feel much better. I sit down, did a couple of emails, opened a show called 1883 on my iPad. Excellent show. It's the prequel to Yellowstone, but it has nothing to do with it. Blah, blah, blah. I fall asleep. Now, when I say I fall asleep, I'd like to remind you there's a 4-hour difference between when I fall asleep and my flight leaves. I wake up 5 minutes after my flight left. I just want to put that. Yes.
Whoa,
so
what?
I'm freaking out. I'm running up to the gate. I'm like, I'm right here. I'm 5 feet away. And they said, we had people literally shaking you and you were out. My earphones, my little,
Wow.
Yeah. So that was a first for me. I've never slept through a flight at the airport. And so anyway, I ended up catching the next flight, which they were really nice about. They were laughing, and got back at like 2:00 in the morning. So
yeah, I think Wade says it perfectly.
Damn. Yeah. That's it.
That's that line between nap and sleeping. You almost
Yeah.
went there.
My body shut down. My body said, "Hey, I'm done." But that being said, Ray, it was so awesome seeing you. Ray and I are sitting next to each other, having great input on this amazing advisory council, talking about channel and the evolution of the channel and our industry, all the market shifts and all that stuff. fun stuff that bores people to death.
And
But,
for those that don't know, we're talking about the CompTIA Communities and Councils Forum, which was this past week in Chicago. And
hey, don't you know there's I believe it's a vice chair. Who's a vice chair? Do you know a vice chair, Ray?
so yes, Tony and I are on the
No,
Tony and I
Ray
are on
is the vice chair. He is
Development Advisory Committee. I'm the vice chair. They Tony nominated me. Thank you very much, brother. And and politics for me. He's my campaign manager.
I definitely was your hype man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and so but Tony's been on the council forever, and of course, so he's my like personal Sherpa through all this stuff. He's been guiding me through. He's been like, do this and you should do this, and he was the one that actually got me to go, because anybody that knows me knows I will say I'm going to a conference and then actually not go unless it's IT Nation Connect. So poor Keith. I'm sure Keith's going to make some comment that I actually went. But yeah, he said you have to go, so I went, and I'm so glad I did. It was such a good time. And Tony was acknowledged as, what did MJ say? He called you the distinguished gentleman from Florida.
I listen, I'm releasing all liability. My voice is still just, I mean, I'm hanging by a thread, people, by a thread.
Yeah, no, well, so
flying Unit 2, partying with Ray, but we didn't party.
It wasn't bad. We didn't do too bad.
Because I intentionally avoided partying with you. That's why I would not be here. I'd be in a hospital right now. I want everyone to know that.
I call BS. Hold on. I call BS. We're at the Mixer on, what was it, Tuesday. I'm talking to a bunch of people. I think I was talking to Jay Tipton and Jason Slagle and a few people. And I'm holding my bourbon in my hand. And Tony walks up, says, "Hey, bro," hands me a glass, and then walks away. It was like... It was a drive-by drinking. It was
a drive-by drinking. I was like, "Have a drink." He's like, "What? I have the drink." And he goes, "Oh, okay, thank you."
Dude, no, it actually, we behaved because Chicago, shut down fairly early. I had some other friends. If you see Jason Slagle, ask him for a story. I'm not going to call him out because he's doing the Boy Scouts thing tonight. But if you see him, we'll get him to share the story. I have my own little airport story, actually. And I'd love to hear if you guys have travel nightmares, especially now the conferences are back in action. Put it in the chat. I'd love to hear. Maybe Simon and Juan will qualify that as a best story. You'll get a shirt or something. But whatchamacallit, so I would definitely rather a 6 p.m. flight than I had a 7:15 a.m. flight. And if you're supposed to be there 2 hours early, that means boarding's at 6:45, which means I'll have to be there at 4:45. And I am not, as a large dude, I am not the fastest runner. I'm the guy you want on the offensive line in the center, but I'm not the running back, right? So I go everywhere early. And so, I give myself ample time, stuff like that. So I left the hotel. I'm up at 3:30, left the hotel like 4 o'clock. Get to the airport nice and early, not a big deal. Get through it, go sit down. I'm literally an hour and a half early at the gate, sitting at the gate, earbuds in, just listening to a podcast, no big deal, hanging out. And
you fall asleep.
No, I'm sitting there and I have the app. I'm checked in early. I, check my bags in advance. Like, I'm prepared. I'm uber prepared. And I'm sitting there and it gets to 6:45, 30 minutes before it's supposed to leave. And I get a text message saying they're now boarding. I'm at gate C17. My flight has now started boarding at gate B9. On a different concourse.
So you got there intentionally early so you can prepare, and it's in an entirely different terminal. So you're like,
the app never said anything. I never got a note, and of course because I'm whatchamacallit, and of course because I'm so prepared, right? Like I have the app. I didn't look at the boards, and everybody and their mother that's smarter than me were looking at the video boards when they walk in, like a normal human being, and I was not. I had the app, and I thought I was prepared, so I had to do this like Usain Bolt. I'm like the big dude version of Usain Bolt running through the airport, carrying my 40-pound backpack, right? Everybody knows I carry this 40-pound backpack with 90 million things I don't actually use. And get to the other side. I get there. I'm drenched in sweat. I look like, like I'm about to pass out. Like people are genuinely worried about me. And I actually made it. I made it, and of course the flight was leaving early on top of everything else. It was leaving at 7:10, not 7:15. So I get there and I was like 2 minutes to spare. And it was, yeah, it was an interesting thing. So I had a little excitement this morning. So of course I passed out as soon as I got
that
home.
was this morning.
That was this morning.
That was this morning. Guys,
I had
got
a nice
so
relaxing
many stories.
Uber ride. I had a nice walk through the airport. TSA gave me a hard time. I went through Fort Lauderdale with I did not realize it till I got to the hotel in Chicago, but I went through with a pocket knife, right? I'm not a terrorist. I'm not trying to take over anybody. I don't have those aspirations, but I had a box cutter in my backpack, my carry-on. So they didn't catch it, so I put it in my check luggage and no big deal. But on the way back, they make me take off my shoes and they swab them for bomb residue. So of course now I have my family giving me shit because my shoes are weapons of mass destruction. And, there's some smelly foot joke in there. So yeah, it's interesting. But whatchamacallit, I see a bunch of namaste. I see I see lots of shenanigans in the
What?
chat.
I see a lot of what?
A lot of shenanigans,
A lot
sir.
of what? A lot of.
Well, yeah, we got to get to drinking. Simon, let's kick
Yeah,
off.
I was
then.
gonna say we're a little bit behind St. Patrick's episode. Danny, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're drinking, and then Tony would tell us, and then Ray, and then we'll just drink.
Tony, kind of in honor of you, having some Patron Silver.
Ooh, some Tony tequila.
I'll go with my taco shirt on St. Patrick's Day with some Coke Zero. So that would be Charro Negro. Familiar with that?
I've got bottles that I should probably pull out over here. Dude, that's awesome. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Well,
What will you be
before I
drinking
say
today?
namaste, why don't we read the rules? Oh no,
Tony, what about you, dude?
what am I drinking? I have a variety of drinks. So prior to the call that everyone's seeing right now, I said that I'm basically on my second or third one of a variety of ciders, and I got a nice mix of ciders, and I don't know what's in here. Something is in here. I was mixing up some ideas, but I don't know what the result was. But anyway, while I was actually hot underneath my desk trying to figure out what's going on with the computer, I kept drinking and drinking and drinking, and I said I gotta slow down.
No, you drinking? No.
Because again, I'd like to point out that I intentionally avoided partying at all, but very specifically with you because I didn't want to die. And after your
You say
morning,
it's me,
can you
but
imagine if we stayed out until 2?
Oh no, we are nitroglycerin. And yeah, some of our friends didn't actually make it back to the hotel the next day. Yeah, they woke up in a Whole Foods. Yeah,
that picture of Alex Farling in the lobby, broken, was the best.
Oh yes, yeah. Right, a boom. So Marnie, they were smart. They sent Marnie this time, right? Because Marnie's the responsible one. I went out to dinner. Well, let's do the toast, and I'll do the stories.
Yeah.
I am drinking. I was going to do a bourbon because that's how I roll. But I figured it's St. Patty's Day, and I actually always have Guinness at home, so I'm doing Guinness today. Just because that's how I roll. So I'm doing Guinness for tonight. So Simon, do we have a toast, or what's the deal here?
Yeah, so we do have a toast, and as always, we'd like our guest to go ahead and read us the toast. Do you see that, Tony? Because we get complaints about our fonts.
I do. It's not the font. It's my eyesight. May the leprechauns be near you to spread luck along your way, and may all the Irish angels smile upon you. St. Patrick's Day.
Cheers, guys.
I like that. Cheers, gentlemen.
Mm.
Oh,
Is that supposed to be smile upon
That's
you,
good.
or is there an R missing?
I can neither confirm nor deny if I have 2 big ass bottles of Bailey's downstairs, which is exactly what we did for St. Patty's Day last year too. I'll be honest, I'm still brain broken. Miami to Chicago, right? And Tony went through the same thing I did. Miami to Chicago is back an hour, but it's daylight savings time, so it's forward an hour. So it should have evened out. It didn't. It just broke my brain even further. So I was not going to try to do any mixology here.
And sitting in front of all those people for so long, and it was almost mind-numbing, kind of repeating the same thing that we do each year, in the capacity of, hey, this is the industry of which you are a specialist in, so let us explain it to you, and then we can evolve kind of, hey, here's a construct or a framework of the next phase outside of what you're currently supposed to be a subject matter expert in. Anyway, that was painful. That was painful.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Danny, you said you had an airport story you wanted to share?
Oh man, guys.
Oh, yeah.
As you know, Ray, my mom used to work for an airline.
Danny, this is a 2-hour episode, sir.
No, I'm gonna keep it quick. I promise. What was
I
that?
say that with love. Danny has great stories, but they tend to they're more Titanic than they are like, you
Yeah, they
know.
tend to linger. But I'm gonna do a good job. So my mom used to work for the airline, so I've been basically flying standby my whole life. In 2010, I have some family in Spain, and it just so happened to coincide with the World Cup. So I ended up staying there through the World Cup when they won, and everything was crazy. The issue with standby is trying to get back. I spent 2 days, only one flight left every day in the morning. Got up early every morning in hopes of getting on this flight. The last day before I finally did a different route, there was one seat left, but everybody else, and my mom's checking the list, and God bless her, because it's 6 in the morning there, meaning it's like 2 in the morning over here. And she's checking the list. She's like, everybody that's left are two. There's always twos, and there's one seats left. You should get it. All of a sudden, they're going down the list. They're calling all these people. They get to the last couple that was going. It happens to be a father and a son. The son has a broken arm. And then they call them. I see the dad hugging his son with the broken arm and getting on the flight, leaving his son in Spain.
Oh, that sucks.
So then I had to find a
So
different
you
route.
kicked him
It
off,
was,
right?
bad. No, I just.
That's exactly what I was
nothing I
like.
could do.
Okay, so you ended up getting on the flight and said, "Sorry, dude." Thanks.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say you had the advantage. I mean, yeah, you only had one arm. You had the advantage.
I ended up having to buy a one-way ticket to Rome, and then leave from Rome to Detroit, and then Detroit back to Miami.
Oh, dude,
That was a
Tony,
long
let me tell
flight,
you,
that room.
his mom, my tia Lucci. Oh my god, dude, you got to come with us to Disney one time, like family trip. Bring Kelly, bring the kids. His mom is the funnest person to drink and hang out at Disney with. She is freaking awesome.
I say when.
Yeah.
Those standby flights are horrible. Did you meet Mark at Mark Haskelson by chance?
Yeah.
Do you know his wife? Did you meet his wife?
No.
She's about maybe 3'11". She runs the show. She is the experience. Like, I would go anywhere with her. She is the funnest little Italian, and she's nice, but you can tell she's nice until she's not nice. And she runs the show. And so I'm like wherever. And she's like, you guys got to come travel with us sometime. I'm like, what? You say where? You say where? I'm just gonna bring popcorn and just watch you engage with other people. That's awesome.
No, actually, Mark, Compliancy Group, they're clients of ours. They've been they've been clients of ours for a couple of years now.
No, he did very well. He got investors coming in. The company's going to be huge. They're doing amazing things. Namaste. Cheers. Are we?
We're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing this. Yeah, we have to. I see we have our first question of the night. They want to know how Brian Johnson goes into Mobius. Wants to know, how are your teeth that white, sir?
Who? Oh. So there's a story. It's very quick. These two front teeth have been replaced 9 times. My nose has been broken 3 times. I used to be really pretty, and this is what you get later in life. No, I seriously, they've been broken so many times, and so the rest of them are just regular teeth, but these are like now pop out. Like, anyway,
there you go.
That's how
I see here. So, and if you don't know, it is intimidating being next to like literally one of the most beautiful men in the channel. I go to CompTIA and it's him and freaking Scott Barlow. And like it's basically, this is Zoolander, right? Like, I'm almost gonna walk behind them with the music playing on the cell phone. Like,
I love Scott. I love it. Except him coming up to me and seriously, Tony, what kind of hair gel do you use? I just like the dye. Like, give me the dye. Like, does it come off when you sweat? Like, and he screams it out in the middle of everyone. I'm like,
oh yeah, he's he's a good time. I got to hang out with him Tuesday night at the CompTIA Ice Out dinner, which was a phenomenal time too. I spent the entire time, speaking of Italian women, spent the entire time with Jennifer Ogle. We were just drinking and having and Stacey Whitley. I told you, we were just having the best of times. It was phenomenal.
Amazing people. I'm actually so privileged to be a part of that CompTIA group. I can't recommend it enough to everyone out there. It's evolved quite a bit. I think I've been doing it like 9 years now. The events every year are consistently getting better every single year. The staff is incredible. The objective is almost an idealism, like, hey, let's just make the industry better. Smoke and mirrors. No, they're actually doing a good job. They're going all the way down to the policy, and going to DC and setting policies, establishing policies. It's an entirely specialized group that's highly successful in their industry, but they're all working together to improve the market as a whole. But there is a ton of drinking, just a ton, and that's what makes it.
Yeah, I mean, that's fuel for the ideas. I mean, that's how that works.
Large volumes of caffeine and alcohol, possibly illicit drugs, just do incredible things. I just turn us and I'm G to PG.
I'm going to abuse. I'm going to abuse our Tech Bar family. Not that I think I need to, but we're going to do it anyway. We are lobbying for Tech Bar to be live at ChannelCon, which is the first week of August, of which many CompTIA members are already on board with this. But we're trying to see if we can do a live bourbon tasting and live Tech Bar at ChannelCon. So if you're a CompTIA member, hit up, MJ's in charge of community now, but hit up MJ, hit up Jennifer Ogle, hit up whoever you talk to over at CompTIA and get them to tell them you need to have the Tech Bar there at ChannelCon in August. So, and Danny, of course, you'll be coming with, so we can do it live there.
I'm literally.
All right, so Simon, we have
just early night then, right? Yeah. So there was drinking just early night. Tony,
what was that? What was that, Danny?
So there was drinking just early nights.
No, well, so the Chicago bar closed at 10. So like we went out. I know. Well, so and some friends brought coolers of beer, so we may or may not have supplied our own alcohol in the lobby. But we went out to dinner, and we had dinner till 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, whatever. I think 1:30 was my latest night. I actually stayed pretty. I behaved pretty well at the show. And yes, 1:30 is early for anybody in the chat asking.
The best part of those shows is staying in the lobby around 2:30 in the morning and just wait and watch who walks.
Oh, to see what happens?
Just see people walking in.
Yep.
The very first thing they do every single time is they all come stumbling in. They're like, why isn't the bar open? Because they think the bar's closed outside. So let's go to the hotel bar because that's going to be open.
Which is what you normally do. You go out and then you come back, you finish at the hotel bar, right? Like that's the thing.
I think that's a universal
and that's
thing
exactly what happened at. I'm trying to see my picture. So right of Boom, I'm hanging out with Connor Swalm and Josh from Fin Security and whatchamacallit, and Jason Slagle, and we come back to the hotel and we're still drinking in the lobby. They have these chess boards, so we're playing chess in the lobby of the hotel at 3 a.m. because that's what you do, right? And in walks this gentleman, bright red jumpsuit, head to toe. I'm gonna see if I can share. Yeah, that's us playing. That's us playing. Whatchamacallit. So he's wearing this bright red jumpsuit head to toe. Let me see if I can get my full screen projector here. Yes. And then we'll share my left. Sorry, I am way behind today. I'm telling you. So here we go. Allow. So I see this gentleman, bright red tracksuit, head to toe, bright red hat. He's got chains on. And this guy, this is 2:30, 3:30 in the morning. And I'm like, you see a dude walking like that, he's got a story. So I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He's checking in, right? I'm like, yo, dude, what are you doing? He comes in and he's like, yeah. He goes, I'm a rapper. He goes by the name Maga Jackson. And he made a song for, and again, there's no politics here at the bar. We didn't do the rules today, but he made the song Let's Go Brandon. And I thought that was pretty hilarious. Like, I don't care if I don't give a shit about your political leanings, but I'll do whatever's the better story. And that dude was fun. We had a good time with him. So yeah, I mean, 2:30 in the bar in the lobby, just watching, that's one of the best things to do, man. Simon, you have another guest with us that also has some pretty impressive pictures, right?
So quick pop quiz. What's better than 4 Florida men on screen? I think a 5th one is better. So welcome Aaron Bolton. What's up, Aaron?
Florida.
This has become the Florida episode. We have like all Floridians, and Juan and Simon are in Florida. What's up, Aaron? How you doing, brother?
What's up? Speaking of Florida, I took a client out to lunch yesterday. She's from North Carolina, and while going out to lunch, she's like, "Wow, Florida is so beautiful. There's so many different things that you hear about on but it's not like that." I was like, "Yeah, look at that. There's like a beautiful bridge, canal, like by this Soho spot." And I was like, "You want to take a picture?" She's like, "Yeah." I said, "Why don't you get in there with the alligator?" She was like, "What?" "Yeah, Florida." I was like, "Yeah, Florida." Florida. There's of course. Yeah.
Any body of water is there's a high likelihood, or a non-zero amount, as Buddy likes to say, a chance of getting alligators in it.
The one thing
have you ever swam with alligators though?
Yeah, not knowing, but got out of the water and was like, "Oh."
The one thing about Florida that people don't understand is that it is beautiful, but everything wants to kill you. Everything. The heat. The heat, the bugs aren't bugs. They're pterodactyls. I mean, these things they're horrible. And love bug season.
The people on bath soaps, bath salt,
bath
salt. No, and the bugs that shouldn't fly, like they'll walk around and you're like, okay, that's terrifying enough, and then they start flying at you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
But love, do you guys have love? You have love bug season, right? No, you don't have love bug season.
In Florida?
No, well, Aaron, you and I do.
We have love bug season.
Yes, but they don't have love bug season.
Are you talking about the love bug season where me and you meet up?
No.
Yeah, that's the thing with the thing and the thing, and you
that
like
all
this?
the time. No, love bug season. The 2 little black bugs that attach.
Yeah, we have love bugs here.
Yeah. Oh, and then they just cover your windshield because you're driving.
Yeah, they're flying together, and it's all cute until like they fly in your mouth and they fly in your windshield.
Constantly flying in your mouth.
Yeah, they're disgusting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Constantly having sex. Think about that. They're constantly having sex. That's their whole. They're connected. They're sexing it up. So
I mean, I don't hate it. I just,
you're freaking out.
I'm not sure if I want to travel while having sex, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Like, we're doing the Mile High Club.
Yeah. We're doing the 3-foot high club. It's not.
I don't think there's love bugs in Calgary. But Steven's saying, "I'll take a gator over a moose any day."
Yeah, if I came across an alligator in the wild, which I have, it's a gator. But if I came across a moose,
nope.
That's huge fauna. I mean, what are you supposed to do with that?
Nope. No, you do whatever it wants you to do. Like, that's what you do.
No, I'm sorry. Gators are like sharks, though. Gators, they could be underwater and then they come up. They're not always at the surface. They swim underwater. So, it's like I grew up on a lake and it connects out to the Everglades. Danny, my mom's house, right? Like it connects out to the Everglades. And they would pull out the grates that are supposed to block this stuff from happening. And we would get manatees and gators like through the 80s and 90s all the time. And Fish and Wildlife would have to come out and get them. And so, you're sitting in the lake and like, that's why I asked if anybody's ever swam with gators. It's not fun. It's you want to see me do the meep meep and take off. That's the way to do it. But sitting there fishing off the dock, right? And then you see a gator come up, like it's a terrifying freaking experience. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it is. Little dinosaurs.
Yeah, well, we already have iguanas, right? Like that's
little dinosaurs. Yummy, tasty little dinosaurs.
So, Aaron, why weren't you at the CompT event, Aaron?
Yeah, what the hell, dude?
I didn't get a personal invite. I was waiting for a personal invite. Like somebody was supposed to send their valet to my door.
That was literally our love bug season.
They're supposed to come to me with a
You
glass.
pick him up. You said you were going to pick him up. Is it? He probably fell asleep at the airport again.
There it is.
That was brutal, you guys. I walked up to the flight attendant and I said, "Listen, please tell me I didn't miss my flight." And she goes, "Are you Tony Francisco?" And I said, "I am." She goes, "We were calling you.
You were the only one
right there. People were shaking you, and you were sleeping so hard. We said this cannot be the right person. We can't do anything about it." I mean, I was out. I was completely out. And so then I go up to the customer service and I said, "Listen, I don't know how often this happens, but I got here 4 hours before my flight and I fell asleep." And she goes, "Are you Tony Francisco?" And I said, "I am." She goes, "I heard that name over and over and over again." And I said,
wow.
And I said, "I don't even," and she's laughing and she goes, "You normally have to buy a new ticket because you," and I said, "Okay, how much?" She goes, "As a courtesy, I'll take care of you because it is hilarious and it did make me laugh." and I'm like, "Okay, thank you." And so 2 o'clock in the morning.
So it worked out pretty well. That's I'll toast to that. I will say that's unprecedented right there.
That was unprecedented.
Are you Tony Francisco of the American Airlines Franciscos that was being called? Are you that Tony Francisco?
I'm not that.
Are you Tony Francisco? Last call, proceed to gate C5, Francisco.
Yes. I think everybody knew the name Tony Francisco. Yes. They called it so many times. Yeah.
If there's an airline bar,
it's because you smile that you got a free ticket.
Smile? You mean my snore? I was out.
Even when you're snoring, you're sexy. That's the issue. You're snoring, you're sexy.
It's even saying, are you sure it wasn't those pearly whites that did her in? Look at that. We have all over the country, all over North America getting this. So this love book season, people know I have a little bromance thing going on with Tony, and it's been going on for years at this point. But this love bug thing, I have to ask, is it because of your shared love for martial arts? Is it Tony likes getting his ass kicked and Aaron likes is that
beware
that picture will never get old. I'm saying.
I mean, come on, Tony, how's my posture? How's my stance? How is that? I mean, that's pretty dope.
I'm just confusingly aroused right now. I don't know what to say.
If that's not your I don't know what it is.
What's the percentage, Jody? Is this 20%, 22%?
We're past the 34% mark.
Aaron,
right
was that background picture specifically for the background, or was that pulled from something else?
I got it. You mean the stars? The stars.
It's like there's 3 backgrounds. You got the stars overlaid with the gi.
No, the stars. The stars are just usually what radiates from pictures whenever I take a picture like that.
But I love it. Like,
I wish I could bottle. No, yeah, one background. Then I took the headshot, and then I took the karate stance to really show mine.
Can we call out? Aaron's been on the show. What? This is your 3rd, 4th time you've been either guest or guest host or whatever. Every single time you're in a different freaking room. Like, can we acknowledge this? Can we acknowledge that for a second? And we get into the green room, and he said, "What did you say?" He's like, "I was going from the library to my media room."
No, I had to move from the West Wing over to the.
Oh my!
No. So the first 2 times I was in my home. I was in my office with a wood background. But this time, so I'm leaving the house this morning. I'm reminding my wife, "Hey, babe, when I come in today, I'm gonna be coming straight from teaching a class. Gonna go straight in to do the podcast." And she said, "Not here." And then I remembered that I was axing in my backyard on Friday and chopped my fiber optic in half 2 times. And so in this spring break, my wife is home with the kids this whole week. No streaming, Nothing, and they can't get it fixed until tomorrow afternoon.
So
I'm here
do
in
you
the
live in the backwoods? Why are you axing in the backyard? What that?
So I come home from.
You so nonchalantly like mentioned that like I was hunting humans in the backyard, and then what happened
what
was,
are you asking?
Look,
We
I'm
didn't
that
ask
guy.
that critical. That was a critical portion of the question.
Right.
What / who?
Because you can't put a whole body in a car.
Oh, he goes. What? Have you guys ever
Amateur
seen the movie
hour.
Fargo?
that just tells me you haven't tried.
Right, right. I just did try. No, I come home from camping this past weekend. I pull up Friday, on Monday afternoon, and my neighbor's tree branch, a huge oak tree branch, fell on another tree and then, like, just knocked it all over. So that night I was like,
Oh, I hate tree on tree violence.
I know
When I see that stuff, I just have to leave.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Al Gore. He did.
Talking about
All
wood
right,
on
so-
wood. Speaking of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, those no, did you get the?
Wow.
Well, speaking of bad jokes,
I
real
was
quick, I
gonna
want to
find
mention, best comment, whatever, gets shirts from sympathylaughs.com. So go ahead. That's Juan and Simon's thing. I'm sorry. Danny, Tony, somebody was saying something.
No, we're talking about tree on tree violence. I said wood on wood. I said speaking of jiu-jitsu, but that was
Yeah,
that's a
perfect
horrible,
transition.
horrible.
Yeah, what are you drinking, dude? That looks like a tank top Tony margarita. Is that what that is?
I didn't drink any. I wanted to show it off. I prepared it here while waiting in the
It's
green
so
room.
pretty. Oh, did you leave the bar to come into the library to come into the media room? Is that what happened?
Yeah. Well, I mean, for the layperson, I guess that's what you would do. But I went from my study to no. So it is in honor of St. Patty's Day. I made a very green drink, and it's a kiwi mojito. I've never made a kiwi mojito, but kiwi's green as well. So, and I haven't tasted it, so I'm gonna taste it now. Let's see.
Hey, I'm gonna say this.
Say namaste to that. That sounds pretty great, man.
MJ's probably logging in right now. I messaged him.
Very good.
And,
yeah, dude.
yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have MJ on too. So speaking of, and I think this is the best comment here with Keith. Now I get to give shit to Keith, right? And Keith making comments. Tony and Ray block me. They avoid me like the plaque. I do avoid plaque. I have a good dentist. So I just want to mention
Tony does.
Tony and I were at a conference, right? Where was Keith? Right? I'm hanging out with Beast, with Chris Blackman, Marnie, with Juan. Like, where was Keith? Right?
I just got to point out that I think it's awkward that I wasn't in, because that's literally like the group I was hanging out with. But because you had one Mexican, you bumped me out because you're like, oh, only one Mexican allowed in this group. So
Tony,
it was freaking hilarious because like we're not trying to Tony and I, we have our networking and stuff we need to do, and like people we haven't seen in a year, and we want to go hang out. But it'd be funny because like we'd be in one group and then we'd split. And then like we'd end up at like together like over and over and over again. It was like this magnet thing going on. It was pretty phenomenal. So it was
yeah, Tony, that was probably when you were
time.
getting Ray his second drink. That's probably when that was.
I want to know, he's got whiteboards and stuff. Like what? Every time he's in a different room. Hold on. Okay, allow me to retort. Ready? Yeah.
You have a motorized backdrop. Are you
them apples?
He's so extra.
I'm so extra.
where's your
it's like, what just happened? What just happened?
I almost feel like the only thing I can do is like just slide my chair a little bit. Like
oh wait, there's a green one back there. Oh, I don't even know.
Danny, I think you and I are going back to Michelle and getting a budget for this stuff.
Yeah.
Keep going. The next one.
It is pretty in the background.
I should just call Brittany. Brittany, change the background real quick for me.
Hey, seriously. So MJ's probably listening right now. We need to be on CompTIA live, bringing in all the people from our industry. Why not? Because two things. First off, it's industry relevant as far as the user group that's going to be there, that's actually listening to this right now. Secondly, we're all drinking. This is literally by definition a place to drink. With that being said, mahalo, or what is it?
Namaste.
Namaste. Yeah.
Wait,
listen.
did we just? Did
it
we
doesn't matter.
Find out our fourth word. Wait a minute. Did we just get our fourth
so
word?
we're doing. So this is a new thing since we have absolutely like no clue what's going on at this point. We're doing a special word per episode. So what word did you just say?
Mahalo.
Mahalo.
Oh, we'll go with mahalo. I'm down
Mahalo
for
is
that.
the Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Mahalo.
I absolutely, Dallin. I cannot believe you almost missed Tech Bar, sir. That is absolutely. Dallin is one of the ones that's here day in, day out. Even when we're not online, he's like still like playing reruns. He's that guy that watches the Mets game over and over. Slow. Oh, and here we go. Wade says, anybody know how to pronounce that? Slanty? Slanty?
Slancha.
You just said it like 9 different ways.
I'm completely DQing right now. Aaron DQ'd on that. I just say things 15 different ways, and maybe one of them is right.
So I've heard it before because it was on the Bennigan's commercial. And you remember Bennigan.
Hold on. I love that. Okay. Araldo, our guy he's in Brazil. I love that Araldo is telling us the correct Irish pronunciation in English. This is like Tech Bar beauty right here. I love this. Slancha. We will allow this. I will go with Slancha and Mahalo for we will make a special just for 2 episodes. But yeah, dude. So again, we had great time at CompTIA CCF, hanging out with Josh Lieberman, Jason Slagle, Will from.
How are you not there? I don't understand. You're in the technology industry.
I'm telling you, Tony, you're getting Ray his second drink. This is what's happening here.
What am I handing? Am I handing the other drink right there?
Yeah,
I'm just going around sneaking. Here, have a drink.
That's it. That's all you're doing.
You have a drink. Why don't you drink?
So again, if you're not, first of all, if you're not part of CompTIA, what the hell are you doing? You got to be part of CompTIA. It's just amazing. But again, we're lobby your CompTIA person to have us Tech Bar present at ChannelCon. I think it'll be the most fun time ever. I'm actually leaving the house and going to an unprecedented second event. Sure. I will be at ChannelCon. Chicago is beautiful, by the way. Chicago is, I did not know. It was my first trip, and it was absolutely amazing.
That was your first trip?
So,
Ray, should you come up with should you come up with a hashtag so people can lobby that when they're
hashtag ChannelCon Tech Bar? I think Simon, make that happen. Let's get a banner. Hashtag
ChannelCon Tech Bar, please.
If we don't put CompTIA in it, they're not going to notice, right? So we got to do CompTIA ChannelCon Tech Bar. Is that too long? I don't know. I'm not 20.
So I guess I'll tell you.
I'm not a Gen Zer.
A quick story. So regarding St. Patty's Day, but not. So I go to Ireland, and I'm in Ireland, and it's fascinating how many people drink at pubs during the day. I mean, fascinating. It's shoulder to shoulder, and it's a 50-to-1 ratio of guys to girls. Okay. And it looks like every single guy there doesn't brush their hair. It's fascinating. And I'm on I think it was my 5th pint of beer and of Guinness, which it's incredible. The Guinness is different than here. It's completely different texture. Everything about it, the taste, everything. And I'm just kind of done with beer. So I walk up to the bartender and I said, "Excuse me, do you guys have Patron Silver here?" And he goes, "Huh?" I said, "Do you have Patron Silver here?" And he goes, and I can't do the Irish accent. "What's that?" I said, "Tequila." And he goes, "Why do I have tequila here? This is a pub, man." I was like, and I think I'm about to get kicked out of Ireland right now. This is the point.
Well, and that's why I couldn't bring myself to do bourbon today. I love me some bourbon, and but I figure I have to do some Guinness. I got to do some black and tan. I see I love downtown Chicago, beautiful. So speaking of Mario, actually, since I know this is so far out of left field, right? So Chicago has some beautiful stuff, right? You got the Bean, you got Millennium Park, Centennial Park, you got the Sky 360. They dye the Chicago River green, which is absolutely amazing. I got to see that before I left.
Did you go?
Yeah. I had the Uber guy drive me by it because I didn't get to do the river cruise like I wanted. I got to try Pizzeria Uno because the landmark, right? I didn't care for it. I like deep dish. I didn't care for Pizzeria Uno. So I had because I missed that dinner. I ended up going with Wayne Selk on Monday night.
So what was that pizza? What was the pizza in the room? What was that?
That's the Pizzeria Uno. That's the
You had
delivered
the
from
pizza
there.
delivered to your room?
Yes. I don't do lines, sir. I
Tony,
don't do.
Tony, he's living on a different level. What are you
What
talking
kind of
about?
royalty
Yeah.
is
I
this
don't have a
crap?
media room,
my
but I don't need to go stand in line for pizza, man. Like,
He ordered an Uber Black to go pick it up.
I know.
And bring it to him.
yes. I
He's like,
mean,
that's how Miami rolls. That's how Miami rolls.
yeah.
He ordered an Uber Black to go pick up his Uno pizza.
Mhm.
Oh, it's
So, in addition to all the other amazing things and amazing people from CompTIA, and MJ said he let, since they're there, they have the office in Chicago. He let people from the office go attend the event, which is awesome. I'm on the 25th floor, and I opened the window a little bit because Miami it's like 215 degrees Fahrenheit, and in Chicago I land is 27, which was beautiful, and it was 50 most of the week. So I have the window open, which they let you open it like this much because even though there's a grate, like God forbid you open it like 6 inches, right? So, but I hear the noises of downtown, which is not minor. And every once in a while, I hear the Super Mario music. I hear dun 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 dun. Did you hear that, Tony?
What was that? I'm so glad someone was
So,
like, I thought it was
so
the
this is a
neighbor.
thing. This is a thing. There's a dude in Chicago, in downtown Chicago, who drives around.
How?
He bought a go-kart in 2020, right? He
He's
bought a
my
go-kart in
hero.
2020, and that's not Juan for anybody that might ask. So,
That is
but he
hilarious.
bought a yellow go-kart. He said, well, the pandemic, I was bored, and I'll put the link in the chat for anybody that wants to watch this.
Can you
But he says,
actually
oh, I was
tell me
bored and I wanted to so I bought the go-kart and I figured dress up like Mario. And he goes and he throws these plush bananas at people in intersections and stuff. He's been doing this for 2 years.
I need to do that.
It is the coolest thing.
How can you
Oh,
be
I,
mad
look
I
at
need
that?
to go
this.
back
How can you
to
be
do
mad at
that.
that? That's wonderful.
It's and people love it. Like people are phenomenal. So it's fun. It's cool. But I guess he put a sound system on his go-kart. So I'm hearing it on the 25th floor of the hotel. I'm hearing Super Mario music. And Shane from Threat Locker actually got video of him on the street. So
I
I
was
mean,
on the
talk about
19th
being
floor and I
cool.
could hear it just once in a while. I'm like, is that the neighbor? I don't understand what's happening.
See, right when you think that you have nothing to offer and you can't be someone's hero, like this guy, he's my hero now.
This dude,
So
he's bringing happiness.
that guy's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean that is. I mean, to be doing it for 2 years. Does that not sound like the best job ever? Like,
Well, if he got paid for it, does he get paid for it? Right.
what do they say? If you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. Probably because you're not getting paid, but whatever. But yeah. So
And your life will
Simon,
be
make
really
it happen. Just so,
Life is like a Rubik's cube where you line up everything on one side, but you just totally effed up the rest of it. That's one of those sides that I'd like to line up. Just I take a golf or a go-kart out in downtown Chicago, and I throw little things at people, but it makes them smile. It makes them smile.
Tony, me and you this weekend, downtown Tampa. What's up?
Oh my gosh.
That's like armature works, dude. I mean, let's do it, man.
I might drive up just for that, just to watch you guys. We'll film it.
Mahalo to that guy.
Mahalo.
Shanti, yeah. So life has its ups and downs, and I'd like to take a moment. One of our Tech Bar family had a loss. Keith the Rose Nelson says his pond guy found his turtle passed away in his pond, and he's going through some time. So I would like to raise a glass. I know what it is to lose a family friend pet. We'll raise a glass to your turtle. Rest in peace, my green shelled friend. I see my mother-in-law's here. Checking in on me. Yes, Mom. I made it home. Thank you.
Can I take a serious note? Casey Higgins, if you guys heard.
Yes.
I want to just I loss of words. So he passed on Monday, and an incredibly influential person in our industry. Aaron, you know him much better than I do. And what I do know of him, he was an amazing human across the board, one of the most caring, kindest people. And like that, we're talking within 60 days. Thank you. I mean, it was so fast. His kids and anyway, Casey.
He's real.
Crazy.
Like that was a dude. That's a dude that's like you had a meeting with him, and it doesn't matter what level he was on. Like he was just gonna talk to you. Like he was a dude. You're a dude. We're just gonna, there wasn't any of this like politic thing. But that when I heard that yesterday, I think the day before,
I've been following it as it's going, and I couldn't believe it. I was so happy he was on the recovery, and then just literally like that, everything happened. And while we were in Chicago, I heard, and I was like, I think that was the first time when I said, "Hey, I don't want to really go out. I just want to take a break here."
Yeah.
Well, let's think about Casey in like the best ways. And my best story about Casey is he loved karaoke, and I got to go with him. The only time I've ever been to like a Korean karaoke place, and that's not being derogatory. That's like, I think it's in the name, like Bill Korean karaoke place. Now maybe Bill's being derogatory, but I don't know. But it was like, our own little setup, all the lights flashing, and we had our own little room and everything, and it wasn't just me and him, but Casey, every time he loved karaoke. So it was really.
I know you're not a derogatory kind of guy. I'm sure I know you. And when you say it's a Korean karaoke place, you're name dropping. You're like, I only go to the best ones. I only go to He's like, listen, I could go to the Cuban karaoke, and I'm Cuban. I can say this. I only go to the Cuban karaoke places, but no, I go to the Korean ones.
Yeah, and I'm like, where'd you go? You went to Applebee's? Quaint.
Okay, hold on. And if you have a Casey story or a Leo story, right? I see Keith's Leo. And if you have a Casey story, put it in the chat. We'll share it. I mean, let's make a celebration, right? The Irish, when someone passes, it's a celebration. I definitely appreciate that. My family very much the same thing. Danny knows. My sister passed not too long ago, and it was, besides a horrible set of events, we had the best time together for those couple days. So let's celebrate Casey. Let's celebrate Leo, and to anybody else that's lost somebody, we celebrate them too. Shanti.
Mahalo.
All right, so now that we
got the death out, let's talk about fun stuff. Let's get back to the important things. Like, I believe the most important thing is, Ray, your mother-in-law. Or McGee. You got Aaron McGee.
Defending Jesus.
Okay, so there's a show out there called IP Man.
Oh yes, yeah. Is it IP Man? Or it's IP Man, right?
Man,
there's 4 movies.
Okay, there are 4. I
look at this freaking dorky nerd. He's like, it's OSI Layer 7 Man, and
okay. So thank you. I can't describe this to other people. I literally started watching the first one because I thought it was a networking guru. I had no concept of what it was. I'm not joking. I downloaded it and I'm like, what the
So
it's all subtitles. It's all, I don't understand it's like a kung fu movie. It doesn't make any sense. But damn, this is pretty good.
But okay, so hold on. Let's show this. So you see this movie art, right? Like you see this.
I didn't know.
It's IP Man. It's a story of an ISP, right? It's the ups and downs of an ISP.
I thought it was an expert. So I literally downloaded the movie and I'm watching it on a plane and I'm watching. It was the only movie I had, and I was like, what is this crap? I don't want to watch a kung fu movie.
You were looking, you were like, yep. If it was a hacking, I bet the Chinese are on it. So I'm
and look at the software dev, right? We got Brian Johnson like, I thought intellectual property. He's like,
that's funny.
So then I watched the first one, and then I get to the hotel, I download the second one, and then I'm third, and then I watch the fourth one on the way home. But I just want everyone to know that is the pose that Ip Man is, and
that's and just so you know, Aaron doesn't just name drop. He doesn't just hang out with celebrities such as Jesus. He hangs out with other celebrities too. What do we got here, Simon?
That move has protected tons of people.
You put me in other things.
Okay, so I gotta ask something.
Send that to me.
Why couldn't you pick the Waynes? Like, what happened here,
He
man?
was a little too late. He was a little too late. He was getting ice cream.
Oh my goodness. Sorry about that, Bruce. Sorry about that, Bruce.
So, Aaron, when you crossed the Potomac, I want to know.
Yeah.
Did your stance stay
I
solid
didn't,
the entire
I
time?
didn't even, people had to tell me
Well,
what
he
was
was
going
frozen,
on.
so
'Cause I was checking the 6. If you notice, I was checking the 6, making sure everything's look how happy. Look now Charles William. Look how happy he is, and just me next to him. He feels so safe. He looks so safe. He looks a little scared. This is great. Thank you. Wait, am I with? Is that Mahatma Gandhi and Adolf Hitler that I'm with? What are you happy with? What are you doing?
You could
Where's
say
the one at
Gandhi
the
and
last one?
Chaplin, like Charlie Chaplin.
Oh, is it Charlie? I will not have anything to do with Charlie Chaplin. That's where I draw the line.
Okay, so I'm getting this on Discord. I'm getting an alternate interpretation. I think Aaron may have taken out Bruce Wayne's parents.
I'm Joe Chill. Bam. My fist is so furious. It was like gunshots. I broke the sound barrier when I chopped him. Bam.
Wow.
He's like, I'm not Joe Cool. I'm Joe Chill. I like that you like called that like. Oh, actually, I need somebody to fact check something for me. Simon or whoever in the chat. I'm sure somebody will get on the internet, whatever that thing is. Somebody told me that the Nolan series of Batmans were or the Dark Knight series were filmed in Chicago.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true, but because it was told to me over drunk dinner. But is that accurate?
Yeah, and the land, the skyline and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty awesome. That's so Chicago is okay. Well, now now I'm definitely developing a crush on Chicago.
Hey, Tony.
That's some bullshit.
Tony, right there. Bust that
So-
up.
Whoa.
Well,
Like, if my nipples just got hard, did you say that? I'm embarrassed. That is just awkward.
What people
Like
don't
that
know,
was instant.
what people don't know is that pose has actually made some people cry in the past 2 weeks. That Aaron, you're camping in front of someone's lawn doing that pose.
Okay. That's
So
exactly what happened.
That's the
Okay,
security
so-
system.
Okay,
Like
that
you
was
put a bubble in there that says, "Where's
That was
my
exactly
bitch?"
what I was doing. And you know what? It could be anyone's front lawn. It could be your front lawn tonight. You could be so who have you guys ever heard of this app called Hip Camp?
no.
Okay, so shout out to Hip Camp. So if you like camping, it's like the Airbnb for camping, right? And if you have any piece of property, like you can just post it on there and say, hey, if you want to camp on my property, let's go. I love camping. I really enjoy camping. My best friend and I, we wanted to go camping. He found Hip Camp, and we're like, yeah, we don't just have to go to a state park or anything. So he finds a spot, gets it set up. It goes from anywhere from like someone's 1 acre property front yard to like 300 acres, and we can, whatever, everywhere in between. So we go here, and we end up being, this lady has 2 acres, and we didn't see it in the pictures that she put. We were in her front yard. We were basically camping in her front yard. She had like a stable, like a horse stable that she used to raise horses, and it was in her front yard as well. And so we camped there, which was weird, and it was cool. She was super sweet. We were her first campers. So she's like, and she's super sweet. She's almost retired. She's living by herself, been divorced for 15 years. We know this because she spent a lot of time with us.
hookup app where you look for younger guys if you're an older woman and you're.
Oh my goodness, is that what it was?
That's what I couldn't remember the place. I was like, I know I've heard it.
So
Hip camp as in like broken hip, like
broken hips. Exactly. So she keeps coming out,
I think
filming
Ray's
us.
muted. Ray's on mute. He's
Are you
saying
muted?
something extraordinarily sarcastic right now.
I'm being extra special here. So Danny just sold his house, and he was gonna go living with his parents while he's getting talk about dropping. He's getting a brand new house built in Tampa because he says he wants to be closer to Tony and Aaron. So instead of staying with your parents, Danny, I think you and Brittany should just do this for the next couple months. What do you think, dude?
I think it works. You should do it, Danny.
I think I can't agree with anything until I talk to the boss. That's where I go with that. And
Aaron,
honestly,
can he
I
camp
didn't-
out in your backyard while you're axing? He'll help you axe.
Well, yeah, good because they're still good because I still have electricity in my house. We need to chop that. We need to chop that in half. You know.
But you gotta
Fill up
have the
water.
love
I
bugs.
need.
You gotta have the love bugs. They need to be there.
Danny, don't worry about the love bugs. I got the love bugs. If that's what you want, we got them as much as you want.
There we go.
Buckets of love bugs.
Actually, Simon, if you can you go back to the previous photos? I have a question for Aaron. So here we go, Aaron. I know we spent a lot of time on you killing Batman's parents and Charlie Chaplin, not Hitler or anything, whatever. So on the bottom two photos, does this pretty much indicate that you're a double spy right now?
I mean, I don't want to say Benedict Arnold, but I mean, he's like a hero. Benedict Arnold, by the way, is a hero in England. Go figure. He still has a good legacy, just not for us. Just not for us. No, of course not. I'm all American. You cut me, I run red, white, and blue. But I'm also Cuban, so that works out too. So, well, I guess British.
That's
red,
really
white,
funny.
and
No
blue.
one understands the flag colors.
Everything. Most of the countries are red, white, and blue.
They are.
I mean,
differently arranged.
And I was about to give like props. I'm like, you're learning some knowledge here on the tech bar. And then, there's like, what is it? It's something like 150 countries have red, white, and blue as their flags. It's like,
oh man.
So he's either American or English or French, but he's
Or
definitely
Australian.
something. Yeah, or Australian. Actually, I have another picture here of Aaron axing. We were axing something here too.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question. Simon, do you know what this is from?
It's from that movie. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, good call.
From that movie.
You're right. You're right.
It's from that Simpsons
movie.
episode.
Or he's like killing everyone, I think.
All right. You can go ask Juan. Juan knows his stuff. Anyway.
The young guy knows it.
That guy was on TV, right?
All right,
Aaron,
actually,
if you keep
so let's
up
bring
these
Simon
photos,
up.
man,
'Cause-
you're gonna be a meme soon. You're gonna forget Chuck Norris. It's gonna be you, man.
Man, if my legacy could be like memorialized in a kung fu meme, in a fake kung fu meme while I'm wearing a jujitsu gi, I mean,
that's it.
Dreams hit. Dreams acquired.
What kind of jujitsu?
What's that?
What kind of jujitsu?
You couldn't tell from my stance? The best kind, okay?
Thank you. Hold on. So I want to point out, as I'm pointing out, as I'm going to pour another drink.
Namaste.
This is from a present from. This is a real Florida.
Namaste.
Do you guys see that?
what is that?
Okay.
It's got a little shine to it. Oh, Tiger King.
Tiger King.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yes.
Carol
Can't even. Tiger King. Can it? Is it?
That's
sing it?
awesome.
Oh yeah.
We got it. We see it.
So so that was from Jay Tipton. Jay,
Shout out to Tiger King.
Oh,
Shout out.
nice. Yeah, Jay was at Jay tells a crazy story regarding the Kaseya events last year. His personal story. If you haven't heard it, you should hear him out because hearing from that perspective, the amount of emotion he has in that, it's definitely a learning experience for MSPs, especially the ones that have clients that say, "Oh, we don't want to MFA." Oh, I know that would not have affected the Kaseya thing, but that's not the point. The point is, if you have the option for good security, it's not an option. So, and what you call it? Steven says, "Oh yeah, that's Ready Player One." While you're not wrong, you're also not right.
When Jay went through that,
Andy, I think we have a game coming up, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, so this is a game that we have coming up since taking advantage that my Tech Bar dad is on screen, and we have Keith or Rose Nelson in the chat, and also Brian and Heather. So we have a lot of parents in the chat. We're starting a new game. We're gonna play a game called Good Advice, Bad Advice. So I'm gonna pull up a phrase, and you guys will have to tell me in which situation would this be a good advice, and in which situation this would be a bad advice. So here's the first one. Everyone makes mistakes. In what situation would this be a good advice or a bad advice? You could choose one. You don't have to say both.
This
And
one's
I'll
I
give
mean,
you a
that's
second
the
to-
story of my high school and adulthood and everything in between.
May have
Tony,
been,
you're
Bourbon
our featured guest here, dude. What say you, sir?
Who was it? Who'd you say to talk? Who?
Tony?
What happened? I'm so sorry. I like that whatever I just drank.
Hey,
was
did he
hot.
fall
Sorry,
asleep?
we
Wake him
don't
up.
want
You
to,
missed your
we
flight.
don't want to
You missed
interrupt
your
you
flight,
while
Tony.
you
Wake
while you're
up.
here,
If
dude.
you,
That one I
if
just
you
drank
don't
is
say
horrible.
pretty
I'm
teeth,
switching back to my other one.
I mean,
like
here we go. We got to put Tony like dead center. So like,
Hey,
if you don't refer to them as pretty
you're gonna miss
teeth,
your flight,
can't
Tony.
hear you. Let's see it.
okay, no, I have to call this out. Hold on. My mother-in-law, the mother of my wife, says at the
Ah!
altar.
what just happened? What just happened?
Dang.
Everyone makes mistakes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Bad
At
advice.
the altar.
Before or
Oh,
after?
man.
Before or after the kiss? It was like you're walking
So what
down
am
the
I supposed to
aisle,
say?
like everyone makes mistakes. This is what you just did.
What
That's
am,
a good one.
Oh, that's awesome.
what am I supposed to say here? I don't understand. Good advice
So
or bad advice?
on this
Yeah, an
statement,
example of a good advice or a bad advice.
in
pretty
which
much.
scenario would this be? Either a good advice or a bad advice? We'll run over through the first one so you guys get the concept of it. So everyone makes mistakes. This will be good advice if you say it in the classroom.
Yeah.
This will be bad advice if you say it in a delivery room.
Okay, so this is like the because I didn't get it either when we did the planning meeting, but I was like, yeah, Simon says it, so we'll do it. But okay, so this is like whose line is it anyway? Like, you know what I mean when they say those things that like, you know, name places where you can't say this, and it's like, wow, that's pretty short, and you know what I mean, like that kind of thing.
Right.
And we do want the chat to
That's-
participate. So the next one is make it rain. In which scenario would this be a good advice or a bad advice?
When you're in a public restroom.
That
Damn it, Aaron, you took my.
no, Aaron, like let's just all step aside right now.
Walk
And
up
if
to the
Aaron
riot
is the
circle and go,
authoritative.
Come on, gentlemen, let's make it rain. Just start peeing.
All right, so good advice when it's actual 20s. Bad advice if it's rolls of quarters.
No, that's true. That's painful.
There you go.
That get painful.
Yeah.
All right.
I would
this
also
will-
say make it rain would be bad advice in a during a delivery. That could be very bad advice.
I say that often in the
A
locker
very
room
poor
after
suggestion.
practice, you know,
This is a bad suggestion. Hey, could you make it?
All right. This will be
Go
so
next.
this will be
Next.
so this will be good advice if you're at a club. It'll be bad advice if you're at a urinal. So Aaron got it right.
Oh,
Yes.
there you go.
I think I would just like to point out that Aaron knows that from experience. That's why we didn't quite understand that particular.
Well, there's a reason we call him the human sprinkler. I mean,
And
And
that's the
karate
reason
chops all these
you
sprinkles.
always.
I mean, it's not just for fire safety. I'm just saying.
I don't deny it.
And
Wait,
with
is
that,
that
you are
denied
no
by
longer allowed to be on the comp.
Actually, at a fire, make it rain would also be a good advice. There you go.
There you go.
Okay. Next up we have suck it up. When would this be good advice? And when would this be
And I want to say this: we are practicing PG rating, so you know we get the CompTIA blessing. So let me just pull that out there right now.
Suck it up would be a good advice if you were in the 50s at a soda fountain, at a malt shop. Go ahead and suck up that milkshake, young sir. Right?
Or we can take that back in time a little bit further and say, listen, you're in the, let's say 1800s when someone's about to be hung by noose.
Dark, bro.
that got real dark. Oh no, we're losing some audience members with the
no.
Right about the pole, remember?
Heather.
Suck it up.
Heather.
Suck it up, Heather. You got
and I love that it's Heather, the person I normally go to for like HR type advice, like company culture and personnel advice.
Heather, I want to point out that you cannot include the derogatory behavior of Aaron with the rest of us. It's because of his experience that unfortunately gets us out of that PG rating.
I don't think I've seen one thing. I said one thing derogatory. The closest.
I mean, you were saying Korean karaoke clubs like they weren't the best ones. Like, what the hell, dude?
No, I'm saying it with the obvious notion that they're the only ones that should be considered. That's why I go.
And Keith says he remembers the 1800s. They weren't that long ago, which is good because he doesn't remember a whole lot at this point. So, like, the fact that he remembers, that's good. That's,
I'm telling you, for everyone,
we
watch
got to
that
get
show.
back on that.
1883. Go watch that show. It's a masterpiece. Okay.
Okay, so what's the?
All right.
Okay, so this will be good advice if you want to get tougher. This will be bad advice if you're at a urinal one more time.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Okay. Heather, you're not here, right? You left already, right?
I'm seeing a theme here. I'm seeing.
Next up, good things
Oh
come in
my
small
God! It's the
packages.
urinal
and-
again. I know it's gonna be the urinal again.
It's
It's not the urinal. This one is different.
first
Oh,
date.
okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say like birthday presents could be good advice, right? Or like, you get a ring for your. I don't know, man.
I know what it is. I know what it is. That's Simon's pickup line.
There you go. Good
Okay,
advice
so-
would be dating for Simon. There you go.
So actually, that would be good advice if you're using it to describe a gift. Bad advice if you're using it as a pickup line. And trust me, I know this from experience. That's why I wrote it.
So can I say that now after the last two slides, the only answer I can come up with is at the urinal? Like,
You know what's happening right now? Here's what's happening with Heather. You know how you watch like a horror movie and there's like all the slashing and you watch like kind of through your fingers. Heather's like listening through her fingers, like I watch.
She's
you.
doing her
She's
the
like,
earmuffs.
you don't
The
know.
earmuffs.
Wait. If you
and we got Brittany, Mrs. Super Cousin. Poor Simon.
All right,
You've heard
all right.
that? You've
Hey,
heard that
he's
before?
fine. He'll
The
get
line?
over it.
You heard that line before?
I've used it and it didn't
Good.
work.
Oh no, it wouldn't work. But
Did you? Okay, hold on. I need to know. Did you use this to get your? Oh, wait, can we mention that, or do I have to
No.
not mention?
Hold
yeah,
on,
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
tell
we
you-
never got to it.
Yeah,
No, I
we
can't.
didn't mention.
We'll revisit that next episode.
That's what you said.
Hold on, and we have Faith here, right? We have Faith Johnson, who is also one of the coolest people I've ever met. We got to hang out. Faith, you're of the same similar age to whatchamacallit, Simon. I want to make sure this is not like a whatchamacallit. This is not like a generational thing, right? Like if a gentleman or whomever comes up to you and tries to get your attention and says good things come in small packages, is that going to be taken in a good context, or are you going to be like looking for like the blue light thing to call for help?
We'll
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
So the last one that we have is what goes up must come down. In which situation
Bad
would
advice,
this be good
Viagra
advice?
commercial.
That's the urinal
Get
again.
that out there right now. Urinal.
I'm telling you, it is.
All right.
Oh,
This will be
here's a good advice.
Go ahead,
Good
go
advice. If your child just took a helium balloon and tied it to like one of its small, like a hamster, and it just floats away. Like, hey, well, what goes up must come down, so he'll be fine, I'm sure. Like maybe that's good advice.
I'm gonna take that. So I'm going from the Disney route all the way to the other side because there has to be a balance. There's a cost to everything.
Yeah.
I would say to your friend that just took entirely too many mushrooms.
Mm.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love this. I love this. Bad advice if you're a pilot.
Bad advice.
Or wait, it could be good advice like in the right circumstances.
Yeah.
I mean,
With an asterisk, comma, safely. Must come down safely. Easy.
all right, please come back to us. If Simon comes up, whoever comes up with a good thing comes in small packages. The response is, my mom does HR.
Yeah, I just saw that. I was like, and
All right.
oh man, I just got a prompt that Heather defriended me on Facebook. God, damn, I'm just kidding.
That's the third time this week.
I know.
Okay, wait a minute. So Araldo says a Brazilian priest tied 1,000 helium balloons to himself to try to reach heaven. He did in a way, so I guess it's bad advice. And that's the dark story behind Up, the Pixar film. So
That's funny.
all right.
That doesn't mean it's first in flight, Aroldo. Just saying.
yeah. Every time we say something at the morning stand up, we're like, yeah, this thing. And he's like, actually, it happened in Brazil first. So
Everything happened in Brazil.
it's good. All right, Simon, what do we got here, man?
All right.
What
So
goes up?
It'll
and
be
down?
this will be good advice if you're explaining probability to someone, right?
Right.
But it will be bad advice if you're writing a slogan for a new Viagra pill.
It is.
See, that's what I said. I had to get it out because it was the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
So
And like the
I mean,
warning.
it could be the
if
disclaimer.
if you experience an erection for more than 4 hours, don't worry. What goes up must come down. Don't worry. You'll be fine. It'll be all
It'll
right.
be okay.
The views represented by Aaron Bolton are not those of the Tech Bar or OITVOIP.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel we're going to need disclaimers at some. Martin! All right, how do we get past all the UK stuff and then Martin comes in? Like, so I love that. All right, Simon, what do we got coming up, dude? What's next on the good old agenda here?
Okay, so we're a little bit behind, but we do have another couple more games. We could do, since we're in Florida, we're all Florida, man. We could go ahead and do Florida, not Florida, which is our favorite
That's a fun one.
game of the show.
Florida or Germany, like that is.
Florida or Germany? Let's do German, not German. I'm sure we'll all be able
No,
to get
that was the
anything.
original game back in the 80s.
Oh, was it
It was
really?
called Florida or Germany, and you had to decide like this happened. And like, oh, that can't be Florida. That was in Florida. Okay.
Really? Is that like are you being serious about this?
Go Google Florida or Germany game.
Really?
Back in the 80s, I used to yes. And I from California, I would go, oh my God, Florida is great. I live here now. Okay.
Nice.
I'm so glad you got it because it just happened. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. What is this?
Awesome.
Mannequin
Okay,
All right,
stalking.
so Danny, can you read
Man-
this out to us, bro?
Yeah. So this is man accused stalking allegedly breaks into victim's home to say Happy Valentine's Day.
Mm.
So, Ray, didn't you do this to Tony?
I can neither confirm nor deny because I know Aaron gets real jealous when I mention stuff like this. When I practice romanticism with Tony.
Aaron, by the end of this episode, we're gonna have the bromance. Screw these guys.
Yeah, you know what? Not by the end. Right now.
Wait, no.
Danny,
Right
Danny,
now.
Are we there?
Danny,
Are we there
Danny,
right now?
We are here. I'm
You
on
guys,
my
I have a
knees.
story about Valentine's Day that we need to listen to after it is
Okay, I'm gonna say this is not Florida because this is like kind of vanilla compared to like most of the Florida
Yeah.
stuff.
This is pretty tame.
Yeah, I
not
know.
Florida. This is so tame. Not Florida. Not Florida. Did he have a crocodile or an alligator in his hand?
exactly.
No.
If it would have said to say Happy Valentine's Day with a bouquet of flowers, then I would have said Florida. But this is not Florida.
You know what manicures is
That's true. We are romantics. We absolutely.
This is California. This is in California.
Wow. And meanwhile, Danny's wife, super cousin's wife, says, "Not Florida. Too sweet for Florida."
That's
Um,
right.
Danny?
Two people.
I think she's trying to say something, dude. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Well, okay,
so-
serious talk. Okay. No, because we have Simon, and Simon is still of dating age, and he's still coming up in the world, and he's like he's still learning these things. No, he's not coming out; he's coming up. It was a
I
misspeak.
know words.
What I mean
I was
is,
literally
Words.
typing
Words
in the
are
chat.
words
I'm like, I don't know if you
are
just
no,
realized
no.
what you just said, but
so whatchamacallit? So Danny, what was the last time you bought flowers for your wife?
Last year. I don't know when. It was a random thing. It was a random.
Okay,
This guy.
Tony.
not even a month ago. Like,
Yeah,
All right,
that-
Tony,
that's-
thanks for that. All right, good job, Tony. Thanks.
And
Yeah,
what did
okay.
you do? And what did you do?
Yeah, wait. Was it an apology flower, like an apology bouquet, or was
oh,
it
no,
a?
it's
just
now
think
I
maybe
give these
you're
to
off.
you, and now I am entitled to something. It was just a random. Like
Brittany, stop it.
Brittany has left the chat.
You think that's what paying it forward means? That's
yes, paying it forward.
So the point of this that I can try, Aaron. I don't know. Are you married? I don't think I've ever asked you.
I'm wonderfully happily married for 15 years this year with two beautiful, gorgeous, smart, and funny children. Yes.
Nice. Nice.
November. It was the weekend of Thanksgiving or that week of Thanksgiving.
Look at
So it's too long.
that dick dropping. He's like,
It's a very-
I have it on my calendar every 6 weeks. I order flowers. It's
Look, on the sexy holiday of Thanksgiving, I make sure to bring my wife some flowers.
who doesn't love some gravy when you're getting down? And we have
Pilgrim, this is going.
we have-
Pilgrim, this is going.
so Heather's saying, "Don't get me flowers, get me tech gadgets," and I'm absolutely all about that life. Yeah. Well, okay. So Brittany sees the bright side of things. She says
I just fell in
she'll
love.
get flowers tomorrow now. Danny, hint, hint.
No, I'm smarter than that.
Come on,
I'll probably
man.
do it next
Anyway.
week. Next week. If I do it tomorrow, it's too obvious. Next week.
Thank you. It
No,
gotta be
The
surprised.
point is, Simon, it doesn't have to be flowers. It could be tech gadgets. It could be,
Oh, the
I
tech
don't know, you
gadgets,
could your axing in the backyard, whatever you want to do.
Hannah just romance me publicly. And that's
Don't
just-
wait
that's
for a
weird.
special occasion to show your appreciation. Just do something at random times. You know,
Good
that keeps
things
your partner
come
happy.
in small packages. Got it.
That's
That's
right. And Simon, when it's concerning you, yes, that's correct. Yes, it's correct.
Aaron, come on, man. I'm right here.
No, papi, mira, papi, it's not like that. I promise.
And now that I just said all this crap, now I have to order flowers for Michelle. So Simon, take care of that after the episode, please. No, but Isaac says it's
hold on.
great.
Hey,
Nothing
Siri,
says romance.
order
Schedule
flowers.
flower delivery. You know, you can schedule impromptu-ness. Is that a thing? Randomarity? I don't know. Anyway, Tony sent flowers ASAP. There we go.
So was this Florida?
All right. So did we get answers for all this, Danny? I didn't. I know I
Yeah.
answered.
I think we all
What
agreed
is-
that it was not Florida,
Not Florida.
but it was Florida. It was
Oh,
Oh,
God.
Ah,
It's my
okay.
neighbor.
doesn't count.
Thanks a lot, Lee. Was it Lee County?
Oh.
I think it's Lee County. Thanks a lot.
Oh, and I think Steven called it. Steven brought some brilliance to this. He says, just put the flowers on Amazon auto reorder. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's
some
smart.
automation.
So here's the caveat here. The caveat is that guy probably isn't from Florida, because if that man was honestly from Florida, it would say Florida man definitely was stalking and 100% broke into victim's house. It wouldn't have been like,
Yeah, there's no alleged.
accused of-
Okay, let's call it as it is right now. Let's just be very blunt about this. Would you break into anyone's house in Florida? And the answer is absolutely not, because everyone has a gun. Everyone has a gun here. So
You
for
should
those of
assume
you who
that.
don't
Assume
understand that, everyone has a gun.
Florida
So
and Texas, assume it.
you should research those numbers. And there's a difference between the per capita, which Texas is pretty well stocked. Florida not only meets that number, but if you actually look at the active amount of rounds purchased, meaning discharged and then purchased, it's fascinating how active Florida is. And
Because we're not collectors. We're not collectors.
it's
We're
not collecting it; it's a usage, it's a consumption. Yes.
Yeah.
I think we need to. I think we need to move past, because Danny's terrified we're going to bring up the flowers again.
Yeah, right.
So, we need
Moving
to move-
on.
All right, next up
All
we
right.
have TikTok woman invites 65 random men to chaotic Valentine's Day party.
Are these leftovers from your Valentine's episode with Cynthia?
Yeah.
Totally.
Can you tell?
I didn't put a lot of work into this.
The
Yeah.
only thing I want to know is, Simon, were you one of the 65?
Yeah.
I was
Simon was
apparently
38.
apparently
what
the
you
small
said.
things
Small
come in.
things, good things
Were
come
you
in
the
small
0.5
packages.
of the 65?
Apparently that's where my pickup line didn't work, and then she said I wasn't invited. Sadly.
Gotcha.
We haven't had a drink in a while. I'm going to go ahead and say mahalo.
Namaste.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.
That's like three.
Plancha. Plancha.
Okay.
Bennigan's.
Okay.
I mean, you guys remember Bennigan's, right?
Of course I love
The money
Bennigan's.
crypto.
Yeah,
man.
that-
The
Money Crystal?
What? Yes.
Oh my God. Aaron. Oh my God. We're so
Danny, I love you. I love you.
Aaron. No. It's not
Is
about
this
You hear
what
that,
it's
Ray?
like
I love
when
you.
Tony and I are
You
going
hear
at
that?
it?
I love
Like, is this what it?
This is
It's kind of annoying. Like,
yeah. I'm
I
fifth
apologize.
wheeling right
Oh
now.
my
I'm
God.
literally fifth wheeling right now.
Poor fifth wheel. Don't worry, Simon. Good thing.
Yeah, so Martin brings up an excellent question. Why 65? Why not 68? Why not one more? Like, why 65?
I think 69 would be too much on the nose, right?
I mean, I'm
Right?
just saying, if you're going to do something right. I mean, you know.
Maybe only 65
All right.
showed up.
Maybe
So,
she
Dan,
didn't-
what do you say? You say this is Florida, not Florida, dude?
I'm gonna go with not Florida.
Not Florida.
Aaron?
Yeah.
Was
Not
this
Florida.
you, dude?
Not Florida. No.
Not Florida. So I'll go ahead and be the contrarian here. I'll say Florida.
What is it, Simon?
I mean, what is it?
I mean, Simon.
California. It has to be
California.
California. TikTok.
California.
Yep. They know how to party.
It's good to know
There
that
you
I
go.
moved from that state to
So
Florida.
and I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tony.
No, it's just good to know that I moved from California that also has one of the stories in here to Florida. So I'm kind of like 100% involved in each of these
So
stories.
Tony was at all of these events, and
Yeah,
besides that,
thank you.
Tony has a Valentine's story he wants to share with us about women and poop.
No.
Am I misreading this?
Nope. Nope. Tony, women poop.
No, and here's the best part. I read that, and I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Come on.
Good. About time we got a
This is
woman
a
poop
long
Valentine's
story. Let's go
Day.
through the game. We'll go through the game.
All right. Simon, what else we got,
Oh
man?
my God.
Okay, next up we have man steals girlfriend's ring to propose to other girlfriend.
Florida.
That
Florida,
is a
Florida.
smart man.
That's Florida. That is Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Florida.
That's 100% Florida.
That is so. That is
Yeah, that's Florida. That's Florida, and I may know that guy too. I think I would.
If it's not Florida, he's from Florida, and we need to bring him back to Florida. We need him here.
Oh
Okay,
man.
we get Florida's in the chat. All right, so we all agree that it's Florida, correct? Florida.
correct.
Okay, it is Florida.
Yeah.
Louisa County.
Yeah, that's
You got a picture of the dude.
is that Debo?
Yeah, that looks like
Is
a
that,
guy.
Right?
that dude has a
In
resemblance
the
to
chat, though, the
Debo.
chat is Florida,
I
Florida,
think-
Florida, Florida, Florida. Oh, screw all of you for knowing
I
that.
think he is my role model as of now.
I just want to point out.
Mario Kart guy is out.
So Martin says, Aaron, I've been happily and beautifully married for 15 years. 10 minutes later, Danny, I love you.
Don't judge me. You don't judge me.
we make love happen here on the Tech Bar. I'm just saying.
All right, and then last but not least, we have man who set aside $360 for his fiance's Valentine's Day gift last year reveals he deducted $1 every day she yelled at him, leaving just $40 for her present.
That's Wisconsin. I'm calling it. That's Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's
We
I
can't
don't
do
think Florida-
I don't know anybody in Florida that would like stick on for
nobody's got.
time.
No, that is
That's
that,
so
yeah,
passive
that is
aggressive.
not Florida.
That's Midwest. That's the Midwest.
That's Midwest.
Well, I'll teach her something. That's
I gotta be honest. I thought she was gonna owe him money. To be honest, think about it. If you think about it.
Yeah, I'm
that's
going
not
not Florida.
Yeah.
Does
that's not
anybody say Florida? I'm curious if the chat anybody says Florida here.
Steven
yeah.
says
Yes,
Florida.
Yeah,
Steven
not
saying
Florida,
Florida.
from Heather, not Florida from Faith. We got Florida from Steven.
I think Wade might be.
We got North
What up,
Dakota.
Wade?
Wait,
Florida can't do math.
but I agree with Isaac. Though. I'm saying, like,
Oh,
Isaac.
Florida man can't math. No math.
Isaac. Well
I
played.
mean, yeah.
Okay, so the answer to this is California.
Yeah.
It's
There you go.
damn,
It's
Tony.
expensive to live there. Thank you. I appreciate the 50%.
Oh, that's what it was. It was like so expensive. It's like, like I can't. If you're gonna be, I'm gonna take some money. I gotta pay some bills.
I like this shot in dark Kansas. Martin, was this you? Was this? Oh man.
All right,
So
Simon, you got
I'm
another
curious
game,
about the
Simon?
Valentine's story, Tony. What's the
we're
what's this
doing-
Valentine's?
Because the Valentine's
that's
Day.
Right. You wanna brought, oh, that's right.
Okay, so you guys can hear me okay, right? Like
Yes.
Yeah, you're good.
technology crap going on. Okay, so my birthday is on February 14th. And so I have this great dinner made for me. My wife makes this awesome dinner. It's like a wasabi sauce on this steak, and it is great.
Your birthday is Valentine's Day?
And so I know it's
That goes with you being so beautiful.
It's
Like, you know, of course.
How did I not know that? That makes absolute sense. That
Tony, when's your birthday? Valentine's Day. Valentine's
no, Aaron, you got it wrong. He does. It's Valentine's Day.
It's Valentine's Day.
Bye,
Yes.
bye.
So I get injured in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu a couple days before, and I think I cracked a rib, and I go in for X-rays, and they said, no, you don't have a broken rib, but you may have a crack. We can't quite see this one spot. I said, okay, great. couple days later, I'm sitting there. This great dinner got made for me, and I'm staring at it, and I'm like, I'm gonna try. I take a bite, and I go, and she goes, "Is it bad?" And I said, No. I feel nauseous all the time. And Kelly says, "Well, didn't the doctor say that if there's a crack, you could have bone marrow leaking in, and that'll give you a nauseous feeling?" And I said, "Oh no," because that's deadly. Like that's a major issue. Beeline to the hospital. I get to the hospital and I'm waiting in the hospital. Dinner was what, 6:30? I wait there until I get home at about 3:00 2:30 in the morning. It is packed. And when I say packed, it's another level of packed. Apparently, it is the third busiest day in the year at the hospital. Let me tell you what I see. There are there's helicopters coming on top of the hospital, dropping off patients. And I see men being escorted in volumes, one of which literally has bones coming out of his legs. And I'm saying, what is happening? And the front attendant says, "Oh, Valentine's Day. That particular guy that came in did not bring his wife flowers, so she drove into him in the garage and broke his leg." So another, like Aaron's down and he goes, "What did you say?" What? There's another guy with a knife hanging out of him. Oh, because he did not do something good for Valentine's Day. So she stabbed him and they can't remove the blade because he'll bleed to death. Like this is common. And I want everyone to process what's happening now. Now, keep in mind, I think I'm going to throw up the entire time, but I'm watching all this. Is just pure entertainment. Fast forward, I get in there and they do the x-rays and they say, "It turns out you have the stomach flu." That's why you're like some kind of flu. And I'm like, oh man, just really bad stuff. So I walk out. It's now about 1:30, 2:00 in the morning. I walk into my, I don't know, this is going to be extraordinarily graphic. I walk to my car. Now I backed into the car spot and there's a long walk from the hospital down to my car. I get in my car and I say, "Hey, I got a fart." Now I'd like to point out to everyone, never, ever trust a fart, ever. Now, for those of you who don't understand what that means, let me explain to you. It was not a fart. And I also have the stomach flu. So as this projectile comes out of me, I arch back naturally as I start the car, arch back, slamming the gas pedal to the ground. My engine is about to blow. And I'm trying to figure out now, my lights, your lights get really bright when you do that. It attracts all this attention. And somehow or another, I'm thinking, oh my gosh. Now I'm kind of delirious at this point. Like I've been in the hospital for God knows how long. I haven't eaten. I don't feel good. I try to get my sweats off with my boxers and I take my boxers out and I have a handful of Starbucks napkins in the glove compartment. I pull those out and I'm trying to clean up the mess. And I somehow am swinging my boxers out like I'm spin drying them because I think I'm going to salvage my boxers in some degree. Now there's poop everywhere. And I mean everywhere. I'm leaving graphics down my car. Yeah, Aaron's like, "What is this? What is happening?" And at some point I realize this is not a good idea. I need to either drive home or I need to go inside and clean up. I should probably do the latter. I then penguin walk up to the hospital where the security guard who's watched me for the last 8 hours sitting in there, watching me walking in, I'm dripping sweat. And he goes, "Are you okay, sir?" And I said, I'm good. Of which I go in the bathroom and clean up. And while I'm in there, I hear the screaming of additional men coming in from being assaulted by their women for Valentine's Day crimes. So that is my Valentine's Day story. And I want to do some type of maybe a podcast, just Valentine's Day violence. Like what happens? I didn't realize it was such a violent day. I did not understand that, but witnessing it firsthand, there I'm getting it out in the on the streets. So there's my There's my Valentine's Day.
So I have a few takeaways from this. One,
There's so much to take away. Trust me.
there's quite a few. There are quite a few here. First and foremost, the comment that you sound like a true crime podcast.
Where's that?
Second, that Tony is short for Chartoni.
Right, yeah. Oh, it was horrible. Like it was. Yes. That was. By the way, was it Brittany? Laura.
Yeah.
That was not a shart. There was nothing sharty about that. That was one of the most horrific experiences that I have had in my lifetime, and yet comical.
So, whatchamacallit? So, speaking of podcasts, I think this is probably a good time as any. We can do a quick silent announcement for this real quick. So, Tony and I are going to be doing some stuff. We're actually launching a brand new thing. So we have, and actually Aaron is also part of this thing, as we have right now, I think half a dozen shows lined up. We're trying to launch 20 at launch. So we have Simon and I and Juan have launched the MSP Media Network. The idea is to aggregate all of the, and Simon will put all the links and stuff in the chat. So the idea is to take all the great podcasts and stuff and original stuff, right? Tech Bar, Partner First, Tech Deficit, and new stuff, right? Like the MSP Dispatch that Tony and I are going to be doing, and some Tony only shows. And Aaron has some awesome ideas for, like, what was it, 38 and 38, and MSP history, maybe drunk MSP history, not sure. It depends how that works out. But the idea is to make it a one-stop clearinghouse for all shows you want to see and hear, and it's on everything: Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Discord, Reddit. It's MSP Media Network everywhere. So this is launching.
I want to point something out, and this is fascinating. We just went from diarrhea to possibly the most industry influencing platform and an overall market influencing. I'd say, just a group where that's going to be wildly involved in the market share that every one of us is experiencing every single day. How did you manage that transition? I mean, that is the quality, the caliber of people that have put this show together. I just want to point that out.
Listen, we are good at segues. Both the written form for the Paul Blart Mall Cop stuff, and as well as on our YouTube show. So, and actually, Tech Bar will be on. It has been, as you can see there, been live streaming. We had our first media broadcast not last week, announcing the CompTIA, pre-announcing CCF that we were going to be there, and we did it with MJ, Jason Slagle, who's in the chat, and that was fun too.
Jason's in the chat.
Tony and I are going to be. I'm sorry.
Jason's in the chat. I can't. Hey, Jason, how you doing?
We can all hear you. We can all hear you too.
Was that creepy?
We can hear you. So, and then Tony and I are going to be doing. We settled on twice weekly for right now. We're going to be doing twice weekly a live show, and it'll be available in podcast for news, MSP news. There's lots of tech stuff, but MSP is kind of its own animal, and so we're going to be doing a new show for tech and taking a couple articles. We're going to be live streaming it so we can do the chat thing like we always do, some commentary. Thanks very much, Martin. MSP Geek has agreed to their Geekcast and their Future Now and future shows will also be on MSP Media Network. Had that conversation with Kyle Spooner. We are going to have a show for Reddit, our MSP Live, where we take some of the top threads or top voted posts from the MSP sub and just have a real discussion. We're going to do live AMAs, live event coverage, like at ChannelCon and other events. So yeah,
I want to stop Ray for just a moment. So I want to say three things that are pretty important to the audience. First off, for those that are not involved, mostly probably my personal friends that are outside of the tech geeky MSP world, MSP, managed service provider. You're going to hear a lot of terms like that. Technology service provider. It's essentially the resellers of a technology that package it inside their particular skill sets and provide services technology services to customers. So you don't have an in-house IT department, or it's a complete replacement of that or an augmentation of that. So that's what the MSP is. The second component is, he mentioned something about AMAs. So for those of you who are not aware of that term, it's an Ask Me Anything. I'm assuming that's what you're referring to. It
was a sharding term. I saw in the chat. Tony.
Hold on, I'm trying to be serious.
No, you're right. You're right. It's Ask Me Anything. Yes.
The power behind an AMA episode is incredible, because you're finding not just inside our particular industry and market questions that are coming out in real time to ask questions, but we're putting it in a way that everyone understands it, and all the way from the pedestrian that's introductory level into our technology world and MSP world, all the way up to the advanced. And those are the ones that you really want to be a part of if you're into technology at all. And third and finally, I cannot emphasize the amount of work that Ray and his team has put together creating this network. This is a market influencing platform. So I want to just lead into the amount of work that you guys have put into this, and I'm privileged and so pleased to be a part of it. So there's my three.
And I appreciate you being part of it. It's funny. Tony calls me up and says, we need to do something. And I'm like, yes, we do. And here's a thing. And I remember telling Tony for the first time, I was driving back from Tampa, right? I was driving back from Ride a Boom. And he's like, this is amazing. This is a great idea. When are you going to do this? And I said, yeah, we're launching in a few weeks. And he's like, what? And Tony thought I was absolutely nuts. Probably not the first time. Tony thought, this was just the beginning stages of just thinking of an idea, and we already had a lot of the stuff ready to go. And the reason is, this has been my dream for the last 10 years. This is and I want to do real quick. Whatchamacallit? Real quick. I want to. This is a separate business entity. This is not, even though I'm the owner, CEO of OITVOIP, Tony's the CEO of CloudPlus. This is a separate thing that is completely agnostic from any vendor control whatsoever. So, I want to be clear. This is completely a media play for the community. So there's to be no questions there. Oh, we'll have vendors on, of course, and, and interesting people. But yeah. So, that's no, not wrong. Ray started OIT to fund his YouTube business. You're not.
That's funny.
That's awesome. So we'll leave it at that. But yeah, the AMA thing, I think we're going to do something special, because AMAs on Reddit are really cool, and I've done live AMAs with Gradient. Right, I did that with Colin and with Dave.
Can you explain? Do you know Reddit? Do you understand Reddit at all, Ray?
No, I have no idea what Reddit is.
Maybe I want to everyone.
Ray, you talked about podcasts earlier. I want to explain to everyone what a podcast is. I'm not sure if
now you guys are being.
It's like a radio. It's like a radio show back in the day.
So, like for the record, everyone,
Ray radio.
Ray is so actively involved in Reddit, and Ray, can you give the 10-second?
Yeah. So, yeah. So, if you don't actually go to Reddit, Reddit r/MSP is the MSP sub. And actually we created a few other stuff, a few other things there as well. So MSP careers is a sub we created for job postings and people looking for work, maybe some side gigs or whatever. MSP Media Network is there too. MSP tool directory is coming soon. We just haven't launched it yet, but it's already registered. So we have some really cool stuff. Anyway, but the idea is that we'll live broadcast AMAs and taking stuff from Reddit and the live chat, and people coming up if they want to come on camera. We'll be doing some really cool stuff. So yeah. And we don't understand what an MSP is either, Brian. And it's not just MSP. You can call yourself a TSP or whatever. And Keith says that where's that post from him? He says we're only doing interesting people, so he can't he can't be on. Actually, the goal of this was I needed more places for Keith to be able to comment in the chat. So we're just creating all the shows to create more spaces for Keith. So,
you're welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Mic drop. All right. I think that's
Reddit has things other than feet stuff. I only use it for feet stuff. I don't know.
What?
There's
I mean,
other things
yes,
other than
we
feet
may
are-
start our MSP feet stuff. We may start. I thought it was a fart. That might actually already exist.
I already have don'ttrustafart.com. So
I
if
mean,
you
you already got one
Not a bad
urinal,
idea.
not a urinal.
I would listen to people accidentally shark themselves, like they're accidental shark stories.
involuntary
And I think that's a
bodily
great place to
expulsions
wrap.
is the best. That's how. That's yes.
Ray, you're looking at a
Oh,
gold mine right
man.
there. It's a gold mine.
Oh
Okay,
my
somebody
god.
land
Oh,
this plane. Somebody wrap this up.
yeah, Simon. What are the stuff we got coming up, dude?
Yeah, so we do have plenty of stuff going on in the next couple of weeks. So next week on Wednesday at 2 p.m. we have our partner first, the top 10 compliance questions for new VoIP resellers, and that's with Matt and Samantha of CLA. On 3/31, we're actually gonna have our Tech Bar episode 34 with Matt Lee and Jason Slago. So that'll be our beard episode. We're trying to bring the beards into the show. April 7th, we have our partner first webinar featuring Guzinta. So stay tuned for that. April 12th, we have at 1 p.m. we have our OITVOIP Everything MSP Facebook group webinar. More details to come. And then on April 14th, we're gonna have the Tech Bar episode 35 with Jimmy Hatzel of QuickPass. So make sure you stay tuned in, that you subscribe and you like, comment, all that to stay up to date with everything that we have going on in the channel.
Yeah, and now we're asking you to like, subscribe, thumbs up, whatever you got to do. We are going to also have this on the OIT VoIP channel, but we're going to be telling everybody to go to the MMN YouTube channel to do all that stuff, since everything will be there. We don't want to make you guys run back and forth. I think we have the name for a new podcast, Tony, called Shark Tank.
Oh my God.
Tony, if you would have just said that at the beginning, shark could have been the word of the day.
Shark Tank. My goodness, that is wonderful.
Oh shit!
That is great.
Oh,
Simon,
who said that? Who said that? I'm looking in the chat right now. Who
Oh,
said that?
we say Shark Tank, and Kyle Spooner joins right away. I love that.
Oh.
With that said, Aaron, Tony, thank you so much for being on. Aaron, do you have anything coming up, dude?
Man, you know what? I'll give the time for is giving a shout out to LAC Learning Alliance Corp. That is the office that I'm in right now. I work for them. I do trainings for soft skills training. This is really cool what they do here for veterans, and they give them certificates to do like in the telecommunications industry. And this company said, you know what? We're also going to put a soft skills component in there, which no one else is doing, which is
I love that.
awesome. And it's veterans. Like 95% of the students are veterans, and I'm being able to teach them power skills, soft skills. It's phenomenal. So good ups to them. They're
I love that. Yeah, no, I'll raise a glass to them. That's awesome. Serving those who
Definitely.
serve for us.
Right.
Looking
Learn
outside
the
the
life
box.
course.
Not just hard skills, soft skills. I love that.
Hey, Aaron, can I hook you up with some people from St. Petersburg College? Soft skills are it's a missing component. It's brutal.
So
all the resumes.
we actually have a couple employees here who worked at St. Pete College, and I've heard some stories about. Yeah, they need some. Yeah,
I'm on the board over there. So
okay, I won't. No one else can hear us. As long
I
as
know
you
somebody.
no, because we talk about it literally every day. And
Yeah, I'll hit you up tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, Tony, share
Those are the
the
gangster
show.
things that I'm gonna show tomorrow. I'll hit you
What,
tomorrow.
Tony, brother? What do you have anything coming up? I
Um,
mean, besides MSP Dispatch very soon.
no, this is what I have coming up. I love my job, love my life. You guys, love you guys. I just want to wish everyone, be safe. I hope everyone had an incredible St. Patrick's Day. Being a part of this group is, it's a privilege, and it's something that we should all be thankful for. It's just a good laugh. If you're listening to it in the background, great. If you're listening to the background, having a drink, great. If you're listening to it while drinking with us, excellent. But remember that this isn't just group of people just drinking. You have a lot of people that are wildly experienced, fairly successful, and understand the industry. And the comedy is based on a spine of intelligence and a lot of history. But the friendship means everything. And let's all get together as often as possible and share our experiences. Sharding may be some of them, but be safe. That's all I recommend. Like
Two sharding.
tank.
He's sharding.
So with that, MSP, our Tech Bar family, thank you so much for joining us. The link is up there for the Discord. We'll put the after party link in the chat and also on Geek for anybody who wants to hang out for a little bit. But we appreciate you guys. Until the next time, mahalo.
Thanks, guys.